Hello everyone, and now welcome to game number 1 in a series. This series between Czech and Lucifer, as we see Czech spawning as the red night elf on the top left hand side of Echo Isle. Meanwhile, over here on the top right, we have Lucifer spawning on the name with spirit and souls as the gray undead. Undead versus Night Elf in this 1v1 matchup. Gonna go ahead and speed things up to 6 times speed. As we all know, the first 2 minutes, not much is going to happen. And well, I would want to save some of your time and mine. For those of you guys who have not already done so, please remember to like and comment on the video. It does help me out, as more people will randomly come across my videos, as that's the way the YouTube engine works. The more views a particular video has, the more likelihood you're going to find that one video. Anyways, let's go ahead and break things down here. Czech doing a good job just annoying and harassing this one ghoul. Meanwhile, gonna make his way over here. Demon Hunter picks up a Ring of Protection +2. Not necessarily the best item in the world, but then again, there are much worse items to be had from this particular Ogre Warrior. Meanwhile, back across on the other side of the map, you can see that the Death Knight has already sold his Scroll of Town Portal, picked up a Rod of Necromancy and a Dust of Appearance, and is now charging on forward with Unholy Aura. Now, what is a big surprise though is that there is really not that many ghouls here. What's most likely happening, Lucifer is going to stick to this particular strategy, just harassment with the earlier skeletal minions and the Death Knight. He is gonna follow up with ghouls a little bit later on in this matchup to try and charge in. Excuse me as I adjust things over here in just a second, as we now see a skeletal minion getting taken down. 2 skeletal minions now taken down there. Demon Hunter almost at level 2 now. Meanwhile, ghouls should be returning lumber right about now and then joining up on that Death Knight. What you saw right there is the ghouls purposely rallied to a point right here around that Halls of the Dead. Then he hit the target to return lumber. By returning lumber, they all return lumber immediately, and then they start making their way to join up with that Death Knight. Now, besides having the little animation to show that the ghouls are carrying lumber, and well, not much of a difference there except for getting a little bit of lumber back. They do not walk faster when they do not have a burden. I don't quite understand why either, but a careful player like Lucifer will really be sure. Oh wow, losing 2 skeletal minions to 1 detonation right there, as the archers are actually doing a fairly good job of pushing back the ghouls. This is coming across as a big surprise here. The Demon Hunter also with Claws of Attack +6, picking up that item there, and that item going to significantly help the fight against ghouls. Now, the Demon Hunter has yet to use any mana burns whatsoever, and he does most likely have that mana burn. He just wants to be extremely careful and calculating when he finally uses it. Archers now lobbing arrows against that Death Knight. Death Knight taking a little bit of damage so far, but with that Unholy Aura, he will regenerate fairly quickly, especially much more so once he gets back on Blight. It looks like the Demon Hunter did mana, well, I'm not quite sure. Oh no, lost mana due to a detonation. That's why the Demon Hunter has full mana, while the Death Knight is down a couple bits of mana, I believe 50 bits of mana here, as we are now looking into a game of tug of war, or well, just armies pushing each other to each side. Now, the archers can get in a couple of lobs here, but what you have to be careful is the Death Knight does have a large number of ghouls that have Unholy Aura, so they will be able to make up that speed difference fairly quickly. However, it looks as though Czech getting in a little bit greedy right here, has to be extremely careful. The Demon Hunter now wandering around on the other side. What items will be picked up? It looks like an Ensnare has gone down, and Ensnare gone down here, and Lucifer may be benefiting from the creeps tremendously. A little bit of a trick play by Czech, and well, as often with trick plays, you end up hurting yourself more, as you now are in the severe side of a beatdown. There goes another archer, 3 archers down, as the Death Knight going to be slithering over with that Naga Sea Witch, moving around very, very carefully. And who needs Boots of Speed when you have an Unholy Aura? All right, that Naga Sea Witch getting in those cold arrows, trying to get in front, and there you see it. There you have it, that Naga Sea Witch. Oh, getting in a miss right there, but a new Naga Sea Witch comes out only to be surrounded pretty much in a New York second. All right, Naga Sea Witch now down. Death Knight Gonna get in some more shots once again onto the Archer. Archer now taken down there. Nagasi, which as you remember has fallen at level 1, as the Death Knight, still sitting at level 1, may make his way back onto Blight to regenerate some of those precious hit points. Alright, Unholy Aura, Death Knight still leading the way, still charging. It looks as though some cold arrows will be joined in once again. And what item, if any, was dropped by that Ogre Magi? I do not believe the Ogre Magi fell. No, he did not fall at all. So it is still going to be Lucifer's item drop. A huge swing, as I'm not sure if Czech will be able to recover. The loss of army, the loss of units early on, just being a little bit greedy, and Lucifer being able to capitalize on that, that's going to cause problems there. But Czech does have time to read a book while engaging, and if somehow Czech is able to win this game, I gotta believe he reads. It is because he is reading books. Back across over here, Troll Trapper now going to get taken down. It is level 2 and level 1 versus a level 2 and a level 1. However, standing armies should be significantly larger for Lucifer, as we are looking at 25 over 50 for Czech. Lucifer sitting at 42 over 50. Now, as we break things down, Lucifer taking this time to slow things up a bit, clear out his own creep camps. He knows that he has plenty of time. He is making sure to get the majority of the damage on some of those skeletal minions, as the Death Knight needs to get a little bit more mana, and I'm assuming Obsidian statues will be joining up on the fight. Meanwhile, Night Elf, Czech, trying to get bears. He needs those bears desperately. The Dryads are going to be very helpful, but at some point he will need bears for that front line. Dryads are very strong though, and if the Demon Hunter can get to level 3 Demon Hunter with mana burn can easily shut down the Death Knight, Naga Sea Witch, and the eventual Lich, which should be making an appearance here in just a second. Now, Tomb of Relics, I do believe he is going to be picking up a Black Orb, or Orb of Corruption, excuse me, Orb of Corruption, to try and get that -5 armor across units. And you can take a look right now, Czech's army is just simply not going to be large enough, save for catching units in transition with the Naga Sea Witch and the Dryads with their slow poison, trying to catch a unit that is running away just a bit too much. Demon Hunter does have the 2 claws of attack, one at +9, one at +6, and if they are given to the Naga Sea Witch, that would make sense. However, the Demon Hunter does attack faster, meaning the Demon Hunter does get significant more damage per second while holding that particular set of items. All right, let's take a look back across over here. Lucifer doing a good job clearing out this one Ancient of Wonders. Moonwells are fairly full though, so this could be a little bit of a nice play here. As you can see, Lucifer quickly making sure to try and take down these Moonwells. All right, Fork Lightning coming in. Demon Hunter, perhaps you get a mana burn. Are we going to get a rejuvenation onto the Druid of the Claw? No, we are not. There's a rejuvenation on himself now. Or no mana, or excuse me, no drinking from those Moonwells, as that bear should really be going into bear form pretty much. He is maximized on hit points, but he does not have mastery training as of yet. The timing on this attack could not be more perfect, as we now see destroyers up in the air devouring magic, and it looks like the Demon Hunter, well, nope, not yet taken down. We need to see another rejuvenation on that Demon Hunter in order to stay alive, but the bears may end up falling first, and the Demon Hunter stabs himself in the chest and gets taken down. Naga Sea Witch sitting at level 2, but Lucifer struck while the iron was hot, putting down the pressure, knowing that his opponent did not have enough time to really catch up, and I believe that will end up being the GG here. I cannot imagine how Lucifer is going to end up losing this game, and that is game number 1. Lucifer taking down Czech. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Please stay tuned for game number 2.